welcome into the Flippin Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star the Flippin Hippo, and today is March 9th. It is a Monday, which means it's time for What Sold on eBay! Just like every week, we're going to go on a stroll through Instagram and check out our photos of our packages each day. And then we'll jump on over to eBay where I've selected some items to show you guys some highlights from the week, just some bread and butter and some BOLO items for you guys to keep your eyeballs peeled for when you're outsourcing. So let's just jump in with today's picture. You're looking at today's shipment of 53 packages. 49 of those were eBay sales, 3 were Poshmark, and 1 was a direct sale. And I can tell you that everyone over here at Hip and Flippos today is super stoked, super excited, and we are celebrating because we have broken records all over the place. Prior to today, the most amount of packages we've ever sent out after a weekend was 47 back in May of 2018, and that was after a 3-day weekend. And then if we were just counting our record for a normal weekend that has 2 days, our record for that was 41 in July of last summer, 2019. So we broke both of those. We are so excited. We're celebrating 53 sales in one weekend. And you can see that compared to last Monday, that's about double our sales. Last Monday, we shipped out 24, 23 of which were eBay and 1 was Bonanza. And you're going to see as we go through the week through here on Instagram that our sales are getting steadily higher in volume. We're sending out more packages. We're having more sales. And it culminated in this fantastic, spectacular, stellar weekend. And I know a lot of you are going to want to know. We're going to be asking, how did you guys do that? What did you do? What steps did you take? What did you implement in your business to create these kind of sales and this kind of success and to increase our overall volume? And I'm going to tell you, but not in this video. Stay tuned for our live show tomorrow night. Regular time and day of our live show is Tuesdays at 7 p.m. And I have a very special guest on with me tomorrow night, the Rockstar Flipper. We're going to talk about being a successful full-time reseller and wholesale. And at that time, I am going to make an exciting announcement and explain to you guys how our sales increased this much over the last couple of weeks. But that is like its whole own topic, and it's going to take a while to talk about. And I think it'll be more fun to do live so I can interact with you guys in the chat and talk to you. And then we'll just focus on what sold on eBay in this video. So I hope to see you guys back tomorrow night, but let's just keep moving on. So last Monday, like I said, there was 24. Tuesday, we had 8 packages go out. 7 were eBay. Yep, 7 were eBay. 7 were eBay. And we had our very first sale on Grailed, which was very exciting. Wednesday we had 10, 7 eBay and 3 Poshmark. Thursday were 9, 7 eBay and 2 Poshmark. And then on Friday, all eBay sales, we had 14 packages go out. So we had a fantastic weekend and we had a fantastic week and a really, really great weekend. Let's jump over to the items that I've selected to show you guys. We're going to start with Plush because that's where I always start because they're my absolute favorite. So you're looking at Anna. She's from Frozen. This is Anna as a toddler. This Anna, yes, I can tell by the writing. So I had picked up a batch of Annas at a yard sale. A whole bunch of Annas and Elsas. And then I had gotten some at the Goodwill. So this one was from Goodwill. It was 50 cents. And I accepted a best offer of 10 on her. And she shipped first class. So she has official Disney store, which I was really disappointed when I comped her. Because usually Disney store means a lot more money. And Frozen's really popular right now. But I've had some Anna and Elsa dolls sell for over 30, so some for 20. So I think it just depends on the doll. Maybe these toddler ones are perhaps more saturated or not as sought after. Now we have a Carter's Crinkle Plush. So this isn't when you think of a lovey, you think of the little blankets with the animal heads. But this can still be called a lovey in the keywords. A little not a toddler, a little baby plush. And these little baby plushes, like I always tell you guys, the loveys are definite bolos. But these are too. Any of the plush that's intended for infants or small children, I do really well with. This one I picked up for 50 cents, and it sold for a best offer of $16 and shipped first class. Then we have this little Pokemon. This is Chespin. He's from Tomy, which is one of the brands you should absolutely be looking out for when you're looking for Pokemons. Chespin was 50 cents, and he sold for $12.18, and he shipped first class. Then we have this Tigger. Tigger's been around for a couple of years. He's an old familiar face around here. It was good to see him finally find his new forever home. He came from a yard sale. I had bought out a lady's entire Tigger collection. She had like 2 tables full of Tigger figurines and Tigger plush, and I bought the whole thing from her for like $40. It came out to less than 50 cents a piece for every item. And a lot of them sold really fast, and some of them are still hanging around. But the few that I sold right away, paid for the lot. So these are all pure profit now. This Tigger sold for a best offer of $11, and he shipped first class. This bear has been around so long, I can't even remember where she came from. I want to say she came from the Bends. I believe I remember her coming from the Bends. She could have come from a bag of plush that we bought in bulk at one of the thrift stores we had gone to. But she's been around for a very long time. She probably cost about a quarter or 50 cents. Maybe even less if she came from the Bends. So she finally sold for $11 best offer, and we were happy to see her go to her new forever home. She had been around longer than even Tigger. This Moose hasn't been around for very long. He went pretty fast. This is a Gans Webkins, and he was 50 cents at the Goodwill, sold for $11 best offer, and shipped first class. Then we have this guy. He's a Winkies. When I first picked up this guy out of the 50-cent cart at the Goodwill, I thought I had a Beanie Buddy, and when I got him home and I saw his tag, I realized, oh, he's not a Beanie Buddy. And you know what? I'm glad he wasn't, because he was worth more. This Winkies Octavia Octopus, with its nice little green glitter eyes, sold for $18 and shipped first class and cost 50 cents. So keep your eyes out for these Winkies. I'm pretty sure they have other animals. And in general, any animal that comes with a hang tag like this, that has the animal's name and talks about the animal, I do pretty well with. I guess you could call them educational plush. Okay, so this guy is so cool. He came from the Bends. I specifically remember him, but he's been around. I mean, if he came from the Bends, he's been around here since about 2017. He came from a trip that we had actually taken Key's sister to the Bends so she could see them. And she found him and pulled him out. And I thought, oh, we have to have this bear. It is so unique. It is so super cool. And so we dug through the bin and make sure that we found all the little accessories that looked like came with him. So he's got like a superhero onesie on, a bouquet of flowers, an oven mitt, and a cell phone that makes noise. It's a Vermont teddy bear. It's called the Complete Companion Superhero. And it, like I said, it's been around for about 3 years, but I held, you guys know how I am with my plush. I hold tight on the price I want and lower a little bit over time, not much, because you're waiting for that right person, like with this bear. So he sold for $31. They paid the shipping in addition to that, and it was $41.90 total. I know it says $8.70 here, but that's because Poshmark shows me what it would cost to ship to myself, which would be $8.70. But to ship it to the buyer, it was $11.90 that they paid. So they paid $41.90 for this bear. So I would absolutely pick him up again, I think is my point. Anytime I see anything unique like this, super cool, I'm going to grab it. If I have to sit on it for a couple years, that's fine. $41.90 for a bear is super awesome. So this is probably our best plush flip of the week. And he shipped in one of those large mailing boxes I talk about that you can order for free on the postal website. And he shipped priority, obviously. Then we have this vintage Taz. He was 50 cents at the Goodwill. And he sold for $15. And he shipped first class. And I did want to point out, when you pick up these Looney Tunes characters, you want to look for Warner Brothers on the tag. Then we have a Hershey Park Kiss. I have a lot of these kisses in the store, and I've sold a lot. This one's from the petting zoo, from the Hershey Park in Hershey, Pennsylvania. A lot of these kisses have come through this house. Like I said, we still have a handful listed and a bunch have sold. They don't sell for very much, but I do pick them up when I find them for 50 cents or less. So this one was 50 cents, accepted a best offer of $8, and it shipped first class. And last but not least, we have this tiny little Build-A-Bear cat in her little pumpkin shirt with her black tutu. Isn't she so super cute? She was 50 cents at the Goodwill. She's very small. And she sold for a best offer of $15 and shipped first class. Alright, now we're going to look at some jeans. These are not your daughter's jeans. These were 99 cents at the Goodwill. And they sold for $24.37 and shipped in a padded flat. These jeans were in a haul video very recently. I believe it was last week or the week before. So they've been around for at the most 2 weeks, about a week and a half. And in the haul video, if you guys had seen it, I talked about these jeans in specific, excuse me, that say "But I Love You." And then there's some by YMI called "Wanna Bet a Butt." And in the haul video, I talked about why I picked these up. They don't sell for very much, but they always ship first class, and they always sell within a couple of days of being listed. And these are proof. These have been in the store maybe a week. They didn't go up right away after the haul video, so they hadn't been listed for very long. And I did take a best offer, 16 on them. As you can see in the description here, these had some puckering. So had they not had the puckering, I probably would have listed them for a couple dollars more. But, you know, a couple of days turnover from 99 cents into 16 for something that ships first class, I'll take it every time. So keep your eyes out for those "But I Love Yous" and those "I Want a Better Butts." I like saying that. Can you tell? Because I'm 12. Alright, moving on. We got these men's Nautica plaid shorts. So at the end of the summer last year, we had gone to a couple of yard sales where they had Stuff-A-Bag. This came from a particular yard sale that you could cram a bag as full as you could get it for $5. And I walked out of there with 2 great big bags full of men's t-shirts and men's shorts. And everything came out to like maybe 15 cents a piece or 10 cents a piece. They took a while to sell, but for as cheap as we got everything, that's fine with me. You know, clothes are long tail anyway. I tell you guys all the time. Clothes, especially used clothing, is saturated and it's going to be long tail. But if you ever get those deals where you can put as much stuff as you can into a bag, take advantage of it. So these I accepted a best offer of $13.89 and they shipped first class. These Jordache jeans were new with tags, 99 cents at the Goodwill. Jordache isn't typically a brand I will pick up, but when they're 99 cents and they're new with tags, I will grab them. And this pair sold for a best offer of $36 and shipped in a padded flat. Then we have this tie that sold. This tie has been around for a very long time. Ties are extremely, you think clothing and plush is long tail. The great thing about ties though is they're super cheap to buy. They're super cheap to ship. They're really easy to photograph and list very quick. And they're very easy to store. So whenever we can get a bunch of ties all at once, like if you're at a church sale or yard sale. One time we went to a yard sale and they had out 2 boxes full of ties. And I just said to the lady, we want to buy all of them, all the boxes. And she wanted 50 cents for them, but because I was going to buy them all, she agreed to $0.25 a piece. So we sat there and counted them, and I ended up buying, we ended up buying just so many ties that day. So anytime we can do that, we used to get them from the bins, and Keith would just go through and find as many as he could and fill up the cart. So this was from the bins, and by weight at the bins, they're like probably less than 5 cents a piece. So the thing with ties is you want to get them as cheap as possible. You probably want to buy them in lots and then expect to sit on them for a while. But again, they're really easy to store and they don't weigh a lot. So we don't mind having them around. So this one came from the bins. It was a couple cents. Sold for $11.99, and of course it shipped first class. Alright guys, that's the end of the clothing and the plush I wanted to show you this week. We're going to talk just for a few minutes about remotes. So this week we sold 59 remotes. 59. We sold 59 remotes, but we're still sitting at like right between 1 and 2% sell-through rate, even with selling that many, because at current we have, I'm looking at my paper, we had 611 remotes listed, but we did sell some more over the weekend. But we're right around 600 remotes listed. So we're doing pretty good with the remotes. If you're new to the channel, we did buy a wholesale lot of remotes last year around September. We bought 3,000 remotes and shipped to us. The whole deal was $1,600 for all of them. And that included, you know, shipped and everything. So they were like 52 cents a piece. So we're still listing them and selling them off. And they sell anywhere from $7, as you're going to see, upwards to $30. Some can go for $50 or $60 depending on the remote. And they all ship first class. So I always pick out a couple every week to show you guys the more expensive ones. If you're going to buy them wholesale, like I always say, if you can get them really cheap like we did, just get them all, list them all, and sell them all. But if you're not going to be able to get a deal like that, and you're getting them from estate sales, church sales, yard sales, or the thrift stores, and you're buying them one at a time, you're probably looking more at paying like around $1 a piece. So you want to go for the more expensive ones versus buying, you know, a whole bunch all at once and getting a mix. So I'm just going to show you these real quick. You guys can always go to our store and go through our solds and find these remotes and get these model numbers for yourself so you know what to look out for, or just make note of the brands. This is an Onkyo AV receiver remote control. It sold for $26.24. This genuine Sherwood audio remote, there's its model number, sold for $24.99. Genuine Sony AV receiver remote sold for $21.99. This genuine AV system Sony remote sold for $20.62. This is a brand you guys want to keep your eyeballs open for. This is a Harman Kardon remote. $37.49 is what it sold for. A Toshiba that sold for $18.74. And of course, all of the remotes, like I said, do ship first class. We ship them in those yellow padded envelopes. Don't know why I'm having such a hard time speaking this evening. So we ship them in those yellow padded envelopes with like a bubble wrap around them. Alright guys, that's it for the week. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. Let me know how your sales are doing. I love hearing from you guys. And I hope to see you back here tomorrow night, March 10th, Tuesday at 7 p.m. to talk with me and Casey, the Rockstar Flipper, on how to be successful as a full-time reseller. We're also going to touch upon wholesaling and sourcing outside of the box and some other interesting topics I think you guys will want to hear about. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow night. Again, leave your comments below. If you want to get a hold of me, you can email flippinhipposhelp@gmail.com. Find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We're at flippinhippos on all social media. And don't forget to join our Facebook group. It's a wonderful little corner of the internet full of really amazing people from the reselling community. It is Flippin' Hippos Reseller Pod, and there's also a link down in the description box for you to join. It is free to join. If you haven't already and you'd like to, please subscribe to our channel. Help us feed a hungry hippo. Until next time, go be productive, go make some money, and as always, we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching tonight. Y'all are the best. Bye!